Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about Bam versus Sunny. But yeah, I'm gonna just get right into it just because I got a lot to say, and the first thing that has to be said is that was one hell of a fight. Going into this fight, I was very excited for it. I thought it was a matchup of the year contender. I thought he had that potential just because, these are two young guys, one in their prime and the other about to enter it. Both undefeated champions and two contrasting different styles that they've both perfected. And I always thought it was a 50-50 fight, but I just leaned towards Bam a little bit. But I thought, whoever would win, because of the style differences, whoever imposes their style on the other would win handily, if that makes any sense. And it was a great fight. It didn't turn out like that exactly, but it was a great fight and I could not complain. It was a fantastic fight and I loved it. And as we all know, Bam ended up winning the fight, which I was right about, but I was wrong in the sense that he did not watch Sunny. He did not dominate Sunny, and I'm really, really glad that he didn't, because instead we got a very, very competitive and entertaining fight. In my opinion, it was a back and forth matchup, and both had their successes. It was a brutal fight. It was a war, and nobody backed down, and I love that. Sunny didn't box circles around Bam, and Bam didn't run through Sunny, which is great. They both had their moments, but Bam's moments were just a little bit better. They were more eye-catching and they were definitely more damaging. But Sunny had great moments in there. He outboxed Bam, in my opinion, for a good portion of the fight. In fact, to be honest with y'all, I actually had Sunny winning 4 of the first 5 rounds. And you know what? Let's just talk about it. What were the commentators watching? What is that scorecard, yo? They disrespected Sunny so bad. How do you have Sunny losing by that much? In my opinion, like I said, I thought he outboxed Bam for the first 5 rounds. He had a lot of good work in the first 5 rounds, and he definitely won 4 of them. There were definitely close rounds, but I edged it to Sunny just because I thought he did better work. Plain and simple. And what is up with the CompuBox, yo? Like, there is no way that is accurate. I never, ever thought highly of the CompuBox, ever. I always thought it was shambolic and fraudulent and definitely faulty. I mean, those percentages are way off. You can't tell me Sunny only landed 27% of his shots, yo. There's no way. You can't tell me the disparity in their punch accuracy was that wide. Like, I don't know what people are watching. I really hope I'm not the only one who has this opinion, because I thought Sunny did much better than what other people saw, I guess, and what the CompuBox is saying. I'm just very unhappy with how they're treating and making Sunny look, because he did so much better than what the stats would tell you or what the commentators would tell you. So I'm just unhappy about that. Don't get me wrong. I love Bam. I'm a huge fan. I made a list of my top 5 25-year-olds or younger in boxing right now, and I had Bam second, only behind Haney. He's great. I know that. We all know that. He's amazing. But, I'm just calling spade a spade. I just don't think that Sunny was going to get a fair shake if he made it through 12 rounds. It would have been some bullshit scorecards. But enough of that. I'm going to talk about the fight and how amazing Bam looked. And honestly, I don't know how many times I'm going to say Bam looked amazing in there, because he really did. The angle changing, the workload, the speed, the accuracy, the combination, punching, the pressure, the relentless and suffocating pressure, the footwork. And oh my goodness, how much has Bam improved his ability to cut off the ring after his last fight. He learned so much from that last fight. His ring generalship was so much better this fight. He was great. And let's talk about his chin and his ability to take a punch, because he broke his jaw in his last fight and he didn't look like a damaged fighter in there. He could still take a lot of heavy punches, and he took a lot of them from Sunny. And granted, we know that Sunny isn't the hardest hitter in the world, but those shots had a lot of leverage behind them, and he took it like it was nothing. It was scary, honestly. He was a Terminator in there. Bam went to the body, he went to the head, and he didn't get tired. I mean, this guy was bouncing the whole fight. He was fighting in rhythm. It was great. His counter punching, he was great. He was sharp. He was boxing against Sunny. He was playing chess against a grandmaster and won. it was just a great fighting performance, honestly. And one more thing is that we saw a glimpse of Bam that he has to himself. He's usually a quiet kid, doesn't say nothing, doesn't talk nothing, doesn't disrespect his opponents. But in this fight, there was some showboating, there was some taunting, and it was just great to see, honestly. There's a lot of trash talking leading up to the fight, and you just know that Bam loved beating on Sunny. After everything that he said, after the accusation, after the comment on his brother's retirement, man, you just know he was having fun in there, and you love to see that. But I also have to give Sunny his fucking flowers, because I was thoroughly impressed by him tonight, or last night. He showed tremendous heart. He showed that dog in him. There was no quit in him. Every time he got hit flush, and he got hit flush a lot, his instinct is to throw 5 back. I mean, who does that? He was an animal in there. It was incredible to see. His left eye, I believe it was starting to shut from the second round on, and he told the Chris Mannix, when he was interviewing him after the fight, that he was having trouble seeing from the left eye after the second round. And then in the middle rounds, his right eye had a cut on top, and you guys know what happens when there's a cut on top of your eye. The blood just runs through your eye, so it's hard for you to see. So that means he was having trouble seeing after 5 or 6 rounds, and he still kept on fighting, and he still had a lot of success. It was just great, man. You guys have to respect Sunny after this. He knew he couldn't win just by boxing around and running around, quote unquote, but he did that, and he had a lot of success. But he also fought Bam's fight, and he still had a lot of success in that. His counter punching was great, as always. His chin was great. Yes, he got knocked down from an amazing shot, but this guy stood up from that shot after 3 seconds. Anybody else, I'm telling you guys, anybody else who takes that shot is going to sleep, and they're not going to be waking up for a bit. That was an incredible shot by Bam, and Sunny ate that up and stood up in 3 seconds and walked back to his corner to finish the round. His boxing was great. His combination was great. His accuracy was great. Sunny was very, very impressive to me, and honestly, it's a shame that his power just isn't at an elite level, or even at a good level, because if it was, this guy would be an elite fighter, hands down. He is an elite talent. It's just his power, it's a shame, honestly. His switch hitting was amazing. His defense was good. His range control was good. Bam has a 7-inch reach advantage, and Sunny was still having success from the outside. There's a lot to commend about Sunny and his performance. And again, guys, his heart and his determination was just incredible tonight. So please, give Sunny his props. This was a great performance by him despite the loss. But the last thing I want to talk about is what really made that fight as great as it was, and that is the build-up. That is the press conference. That is Sunnyedwards. I know that Sunny has a lot of haters because of all the yapping that he does, but that's exactly why I like him, and that's exactly why he's great for boxing, because he's a character, and that's what boxing needs. He makes you feel something. He makes you excited for his fights, whether to support him and watch him back his talk up, or to see him get shut up. In my opinion, we saw a different version of Bam, because Sunny made that version of Bam come out. He did great in the press conference. He sold the fight, and in my opinion, respectfully, he got under Bam's skin. And you know what happened? Bam made him pay for it, and it was great. It was entertaining. It was awesome. It was a great build-up, and the fight did not disappoint at all. I loved it, and I really think it has merit to be mentioned as Fight of the Year. And in my opinion, Bam has just cracked the top 10 pound for pound. He won in great fashion against an elite talent in Sunny, and he's only 23, and this guy's resume is as good as Haney's, or almost as good. They're just neck and neck. They're definitely the top 2 best 25-year-old or younger boxer in the world right now, and boxing is in a great place, and boxing is the greatest sport in the world. The feeling I had yesterday from watching that fight was just unmatched. That was great. I really enjoyed that fight, and I really hope that you guys liked it as much as I did. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. It was a long one, but I just had to talk, man. I just had to yap. But yeah, thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you.